You know, as t-shirt sellers, we love spreading joy and creativity. And what better way to do that than by embracing the spirit of Christmas in July? It's like having a second dose of holiday cheer right in the middle of summer. In this episode, we're unwrapping the story behind Christmas in July, from its beginnings as a camp celebration to becoming a beloved tradition adopted by retailers all around the world. But wait, there's more, because we're also going to dive into the nitty-gritty of running a successful Christmas in July sale for your t-shirt business. From planning and designing your collections to making smart marketing strategies that will make your sales stand out. I've got you covered. So whether you're dreaming of tinsel and mistletoe or simply want to make your t-shirt business sparkle this summer, this episode is packed with practical tips, inspiring ideas, and a whole lot of holiday magic. So get ready to sprinkle some of that Christmas spirit onto your t-shirt business as we celebrate Christmas in July together. Let's jump to it.
You're listening to Turn Down the Hustle, the podcast dedicated to transforming how you run your creative online t-shirt business by working smarter, not harder, so you can spend more time with your why, people, and passions that matter most in your life. So throw on your favorite graphic tee and turn up the heat press, because it's time to turn down the hustle. Here's your host, digital marketer, cold brew lover, t-shirt maker, freckled hype girl, and owner of Sunkissed Virtual Assistant, Amy.
I'm glad you're here today because Christmas in July is an opportunity you do not want to miss out on for yourself or your business. You might be thinking customers aren't thinking about Christmas in July. Like, that's just insane. Well, maybe your customers aren't thinking about Christmas on their own, but retailers are definitely pushing the thought. I mean, think about Hobby Lobby. Have you been there lately? Even when I was there in May, they were already starting to put out their Christmas items. So you don't want to wait until your customers are asking for something. Maybe take a few notes from those big box retail stores and see if they have anything that maybe we could take from a page in their book and use for our own business. Also, think of Christmas in July as maybe like a semi-annual sale. So even if a store doesn't necessarily name it Christmas in July, a lot of stores do have semi-annual sales. Think about Bath and Body Works. They have a huge semi-annual sale. In episode 1, we talked about the J months. We know how historically January, June, and July are slower for retail businesses. However, we can't assume that everybody isn't wanting to shop. So meaning, even if sales are starting to slow down, we can't assume, oh, well, I'm going to stop offering products, or they wouldn't be interested in a big event in July. Like, they just don't want to shop. You can't assume that. Some people are at home for summer break, or they're on vacation, maybe a little bit bored, and they do want to have something to do or engage with. So keep that in mind. Not everybody is going through the J months. And let's say you are going through the J months, let's break out of that and hit the ground running, fired up, ready to start up for back to school. So this is a perfect launching pad for sales to pick up come for the fall. So where did Christmas in July even start? For many of us, we probably didn't hear about it until a few years ago, but it actually is said that it started back in 1933 at a girls' summer camp in North Carolina. It was founded by one of the camp's founders, Fannie Holt. All the articles I read, it said that she was known to be very charismatic, a character, very fun. And they kind of just said, like, why can't we have Christmas in July? And they brought out all of the Santa cookies, the movies, the carols, you name it. And they just made it a tradition. Then following that, in 1940, there was actually a song that came out called Christmas in July. And then you don't really see much happen with it for quite a while. Of note, though, some Australians and New Zealanders actually celebrate Christmas twice a year, one being in the summer, Christmas in July. And it's because in the Southern Hemisphere in December, it's summer for them, so it's blazing hot. So they actually like to have an opportunity where they can celebrate Yuletide in the summer, where they can have mulled wine and Christmas pudding and kind of enjoy the cooler winter months. But we really saw Christmas in July come back again and gain popularity in 2021 in July, whenever Christmases were not able to be spent together for many families in 2020 due to COVID-19. So people said, hey, we missed the holidays together. This is our chance to make up for the holidays where maybe we were apart. So many people did that in summer of 2021. However, though, Christmas in July is not widely known as a holiday celebrated. Like, we're not talking with our family, hey, let's celebrate Christmas in July. That's not really kind of how it's evolved together in America. Instead, it's become known as a sales event. As I kind of alluded to earlier in this episode so far, many consumers are looking to the stores to have their semi-annual sale. While they might not be thinking, oh, Christmas in July, they do know in the summer months, that's when the stores are throwing those big sales. And even Amazon takes part in a semi-annual sale, and it's known as their Prime Days, which they have in July. So even if not all stores are calling it Christmas in July, just understand that for retailers and marketers and big box stores, Christmas in July or semi-annual sales is a big thing that many people rely on, because we are the furthest part from either holiday, right? We're the furthest part than what we were from New Year's, and we're the furthest part from where we're going to be for Christmas. So it has been said that for many businesses, Christmas in July or their semi-annual sales is actually kind of like the tent pole for their business, kind of keeping it afloat until they get into the more busier months. Running a Christmas in July event is huge. Mainly because there are many in your area that are probably not going to be running an event like this, or they might have heard of it, but they don't have the tools necessary to get it out there and throw it. They're not really sure where to start. Good news for you. I'll help you with some tools at the end of this episode and where to find all of that. But you should throw this event for the main purpose that majority of the others in your area are not going to be throwing anything like this, and it's going to be able to create something unique and memorable for your customers and followers. It also gives you an opportunity to become top of mind for your followers and customers leading into fall, back to school, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you name it, because you're going to be kicking off this next 6 months with a bang with the Christmas in July event. You are going to be on their forefront. Let's say business maybe is a little bit slower for you right now, then a Christmas in July event is exactly what you need. The reason why is because things are a little bit slower for you. You have plenty of time to really put a lot of effort into planning this event. Make sure you curate the right products that will resonate with your followers and go all in with your customer service. Also, this is another opportunity for them to invite a friend to your group, maybe get to know you, have some fun, and then you can kind of rebuild going into more of the busier months. So now that you understand where Christmas in July kind of came from and who all participates in it, along with maybe why you should participate in it, let's jump into the planning part of planning this Christmas in July event. Now, with the nitty-gritty, step-by-step, what are you going to post? What are you going to say? When do you structure that? What should be my offer? What sale? What day? I've taken care of all of that for you, so you don't need to worry. You can get the graphics, the exact caption, what time to post, where to post. If you use a scheduler such as SendShare, I've provided that folder for you. And also in this content calendar, I've given you 3 weeks of content with 2 posts a day, so you're really going to be heavy on the engagement. But then I've also paired it with 6 emails, which will go out as a series where you can edit it for your own business. It's templates that you can use to go along with your content calendar. So for those of you who are leveraging email marketing, you can make sure you tie that in, because as we know, if you post on social media, there's a good chance that maybe even 3 to 5% of your followers actually saw the post. And then even if they do see it, they might not have registered what it actually said and just kept scrolling. So email is a great way to get a hold of your customers and make sure you're not relying on the algorithm to convert sales for you. Now, you can get a hold of this content calendar by going to www.sunkissva.com/ CIJ, so Christmas in July, /CIJ. That will bring you to this product and you'll see everything listed there. Also, with the content calendar, there's so much more that I want to dive into beyond this podcast episode. So I've created a pop-up Facebook group where you're going to join others that have purchased this content calendar. We're going to brainstorm together. I'm going to help you critique your email template that you want to send out to your subscribers. We're going to talk about products. We're going to talk about going live, you name it. So that will also be complimentary to the content calendar, and that group will be archived on July 31st. So again, come join us there once you pick that up. But that's going to jump into the nitty gritty of what you're posting when. I couldn't possibly cover all of that on the podcast, and you'd be scribbling down, what did she say? When do I post? I've laid that all out for you at sunkissva.com /CIJ. Now, let's get into setting goals though. So when it comes to setting goals for your Christmas in July sale, is there something you're saving for? Is there a next benchmark you're trying to hit? It is very important for you to set some kind of goal for this week-long event, because the sales part of it, per the content calendar, it is going to be a week-long event. Now, I want you to think about it. Are you setting a certain sales goal? Do you want to sell a certain number of items? Do you want to get 10 new members to join your group? Are you actually taking it from the tea party angle, which we haven't talked about on the podcast yet so far, but do you want to work on getting people to host tea parties? Like, what is your angle? You need to sit down and set that goal before you get into Christmas in July. Your Christmas in July event, you will be showing them a lot of holiday products because that's the idea. It's Christmas in July, but we are going to mix it up as well, because when people give gifts, they're not just giving them Christmas related items or holiday related items. It could be funny, you name it. So this is also a good time to take inventory of what are the best sellers in your group. You could also put out a poll if you'd like to kind of ask for some feedback. But I actually recommend you dig into your sales reports on your website and figure out what are my most popular items. That way you can create collections that are around those themed items, and you want to bring out all of your best hitters for this week-long event. So make sure you're curating products that go along with your most popular themes that your customers have already showed you before that they are very interested in. Now for pricing, everything is going to be listed at regular price, but if you want to create discount codes for your website, then it's possible that people could shop the items full price and not be aware of the discount code. So you can create that separate, and that will be limited daily deals. Monday, there's a certain deal, ends at midnight. Tuesday, there's another deal, and they don't stack up on each other. So if they want in on it, it's creating their sense of urgency. They have to shop that day. Now, within the content calendar, you'll find this theme throughout, but I recommend you doing this even if you don't grab that content calendar. I would recommend that you offer to combine their orders. So if they order on the daily deal on Monday and they see something they like on Thursday, they're like, well, I don't want to order. I already ordered something on Monday. I don't want to pay double shipping. Solve that problem for them and let them know that you will combine all of their orders placed that week and refund the overage of shipping. Make sure you repeat that over and over again, because that could be a reason why some people don't shop, is they don't want to pay the double or triple shipping prices. And since this is a mid-year time, this is a great time to go through all of your inventory. What shirts do you already have in stock? What screen prints do you already have in stock? Go through all of your materials. We need to find a way to get that stuff listed on your website and make it that much more compelling to shop those items. We have got to get rid of some of that inventory that is just sitting. I mentioned Christmas in July being a week-long event. It would be held in your VIP group. But for those that run tea parties, you may be thinking, I want to throw a tea party of some sort. Is that possible? Yes, absolutely. You could actually still run your Christmas in July main event like you were planning to do, and then you can start throwing some of your messenger parties. So if you have people that are wanting to host those, where you're throwing that 30-minute party in a group chat, you can do that, and then they have 24 hours to pay. The party's in and out. It's pretty quick. Many of you have started running the mystery host tea parties in your VIP group. It's where it's a week-long party. There's not actually a host. You're playing games all week. They're shopping, and every order is contributing money into the main pot. And then at the end, you're drawing a name for whoever's going to win that pot. Hence the name Mystery Host. You can also run a Christmas in July event using the standard Mystery Host Tea Party as well. It's completely up to you. The content calendar does not have it Mystery Host style where you're giving awards to other people. It's different than that. Now that we've talked about planning your Christmas in July event, it's time to move on to marketing. How are people going to find out about this event? You can do all of the planning, get all of the decorations, thinking about regular party or event, and it's just fantastic. It looks beautiful once you step in the door. But if we don't actually invite people over or tell them the date or the time or the address, no one's going to show up. So that's why marketing is so important. So once you've gotten the baseline planning done, you've scheduled it, you figured out your products, that's out of the way. It's time to go 100% into now figuring out how to market. So think about your variety of social media channels that you have. Go ahead and make sure that you're scheduling out your posts, reminding them, even changing your group cover photo in your Facebook group with a countdown is amazing to kind of give the excitement. Mind you, Facebook notifications have been a little wonky lately, but typically if you change your group cover photo, it does give them an alert to their notifications. Think about Instagram, TikTok, whatever you have. Maybe even do a short reel if you want to with like a sneak peek of your products of, hey, something's coming soon. Comment here if you want me to tell you more about it. For those who have an email list, your Christmas in July event is also a great time to grow your email list as well. Maybe you can do some sort of giveaway. So if they sign up with their email address, they could be entered to win. So what could they be entered to win? So think about maybe doing a giant stocking where it has some mystery items in there. So if it's not a shirt, you could do, a cup or different fillers. If you did do shirts, I recommend doing shirts of different sizes potentially. That way they could always give some away as a gift, or there's a good chance at least one of them is their size. But create something that you're going to be giving away in exchange for their email address. One note of caution, though, is it is possible that you could be getting people signing up for your email list that don't actually want to be there, and then they might just unsubscribe or worse, mark you as spam later. So that's something you want to think about when it comes to a giveaway. Same thing if you say you're having a giveaway, invite friends to the group. Once again, those people might not be the right people for your business, so just keep that in mind. But you can absolutely grow your email list during Christmas in July as well. Don't underestimate, even with the algorithms, the power of social media with shares and getting the word out there, sending out your emails. So if you get that content calendar, you're preparing your audience with what's to come and making them, get them excited. Also think about others in your area. Can you collaborate and maybe have them donate some gifts to your games that you're going to be playing that week, local businesses, and then maybe they'll share your event and local people will come join your group that way. So don't forget about your collaborations and partnerships for this event as well. Also, don't get short-sighted in this Christmas in July event in that you're trying to make some revenue right now. We need to be thinking about later on in the year. So let's say you do gather their attention or they're really excited to participate. How are we going to make sure that they come back later on in the year? And one way you can do that is maybe creating some kind of incentive where maybe if they shop this Christmas in July event, or if they do different requirements or action steps, then you're actually going to give them a coupon that's good for a certain period of dates, and they can come back and use it during that period. So not only are they getting a small carrot to shop now, but they're also being told, hey, but I'm actually going to give you another discount to come back and shop later. So once again, you're being top of mind later on in the season when they might be ready to shop again. Keep in mind your scarcity and sense of urgency tactics to help you drive some sales during this event. Meaning, if this is a sale that's happening all month long, why would I shop now? I can come back later and get the item. These daily deals in the Christmas and July are designed so it creates that sense of urgency. You need to shop now or you're going to lose out. Now, if you want to create some scarcity to help drive some sales, that's where you're posting an item and saying, I only have one or I only have three. You have to get them when they're here. I won't be able to offer them again. And the key from that is if you do post something like that, don't come back a month later and then have the product again, because then they'll know that, well, she'll probably just offer it again. So keep that in mind. If you are saying there's a limited stock, make good on that word. The final part of preparing a Christmas and July event is making sure you think through how are you going to create an exceptional customer service experience. Think about the holiday times around November and December. The atmosphere is just different. People are kinder, they are looking out for each other, they're more generous, but then also people are more sensitive to those who maybe are having a tougher time during this season. By bringing the Christmas and July event to your business, you also have an opportunity to extend that kind of behavior to your customers and your followers. Of course, we should act like that all year round, but there's just a certain time about the holidays that is a great reminder of sharing that kindness. And now doing this certain event, you can bring that to your group as well. How can you go above and beyond with your communication? Not just in your tone and how you show up for customers, but how will you communicate order status, any delays that they're having, or maybe if materials are out of stock, go above and beyond with that communication. Same with order fulfillment. How can you maybe package their order and maybe that extra wrap of tissue paper when normally you just stuff it in the poly mailer? How can you make this experience a lot different and take it up a level? Can you write a handwritten note? Can you even give them a Christmas card and, make it a Christmas in July, how you would at Christmas time, where you'd give them a special card? Or maybe throw in that little extra freebie or that filler in their order. Kindness is truly contagious. Think about how you can spread that throughout your business. That's it for this episode. It's time to now go grab that content calendar at www.sunkissva.com/CIJ. Get that content calendar, join us in that pop-up Facebook group. Let's get to planning. Don't forget that this is an excellent opportunity to bring something new and exciting to your group. If you are in the thick of the J months, Christmas and July can help you break free from that. It's time to gear up for fall, because sold out and fully booked is right around the corner. It's time to wrap up another incredible episode of Turn Down the Hustle. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode and found some valuable insights to fuel your journey. Don't forget to visit sunkissva.com/podcast to access the show notes for this episode. You'll find all the links mentioned in today's discussion, along with actionable tips and resources to help you implement what we've discussed. Lastly, make sure to hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. I'll be here cheering you on and sharing more inspiration and strategies to help you turn down the hustle and work smarter, not harder. I'm so honored to be a part of your journey. Until next time.